Hello, today I want to talk to you guys about my Ghoti deck list and kind of really go in depth and talk about the theory. This is for post Phantom Nightmare, so let's just hop right into it. To start, I'm playing 5 normal summons. I'm playing the 3 Aloof Lupine and 2 Lifeless Leaffish. So to explain them real quick, Leaffish is a 1-card combo because when you normal it, you can send Shift and then banish Shift to come back on your opponent's next standby, and then immediately get Arion Post whenever you want, which gets you Zep and the interruption. The reason I like Aloof though is because on normal summon, if you open it with any of the fish, the Ghoti tuners, it gets you into your engine immediately, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with this build, is just really have it so that every single hand gets you back to 2 tuners in rotation and you get your grind going. So to complement that, we have the 3 Duskwalker and 1 Supe. So this card is really good. It's a 1.5 Synchro 6, which is your Arion Post. The lock into Synchros really doesn't matter, honestly, because on your first turn, you're doing nothing but setting up your engine. And so being able to just discard any of your fish names and just go into Arion Post is really good. Speaking of Ghoti tuners, we have 3 Paces, 2 Shift, and 2 Zep. So I chose these ratios because Paces is the closest to like being something you want to open, because you can normal summon it and then go into Leaffish and then continue from there. Shift, I play 2 of, so that way I can always have 1 in deck for Leaffish to send, because if you open it and you only play 1, then you're kind of stuck. And it's the same theory as Zep, where we're playing 2, so that way we always have 1 in deck to send with Arion Post, and then Synchro. We're also playing 1 Snopios. We're only playing 1 of it now because it's much more accessible, but Snopios is such a good card in the grind game. And then we're playing 1 of the new level 6 when it comes out, and then 1 Kif. You only need to play 1 of the level 6 because you really don't want to open it too often. You want to send it off Aloof Lupine or banish it off Arion Post. I'm only playing the 1 Kif because I feel like I'd rather have the tuners all the time. If it becomes in the format where you need Kif's interruption more, I could see it go up to 2. For consistency in this build, we play 3 Prospe. I think Prosperity is mandatory in this deck because your 1-card combo is only Leaffish and it's not the greatest, so you really want to make sure you see those second half of the 2-card combos. We also play 3 Crossout. Crossout is insane in this deck because not only is it protection from common hand traps that are played, things like Ash and Imperm, you can also activate Crossout and call one of the tuner names, Paces, Shift, or Kif. And if you do that, it'll come back during your next standby because it's only negated during the turn you call it. For 1-ofs, we have Goldsark. Goldsark can banish any of the names that you need, or it can banish the new 6. It's just any of the Ghoti names. 1 Called By for more protection against hand traps, always good. And then 1 Foolish. Foolish is good in here because if you only open, say, Supe Duskwalker, you can Foolish for any of the fish tuners. Supe Duskwalker discard, summon Arion Post banish the new 6, and then banish the fish that you send to grave off Foolish. For non-engine, we play a lot, so we play 3 Shifter. This is kind of controversial. Some people don't like Shifter because you won't be able to get your grave effects of things like Arion Post. But the thing with Shifter is our deck can play much better under it than other decks, and it's just so powerful going second that I think we really need it as a sort of make sure that it's our turn card. In terms of other hand traps, we play 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash Blossom, and 3 Imperm. So this might change as the format develops, but right now it's just the most common hand traps and really good ones to cross out as well. Our deck struggles sometimes when we get nibbed on the opponent's turn, And then so it's really nice to be able to have those cards in the deck for crossout. Moving on to the extra deck, we play 3 Arianpos. Because you're playing Prosperity, you can play a lot more of the really good cards that you want to see. And Arianpos is really nice. It's the best synchro in the deck, honestly. It sets everything up and gets you Snopios or Zep on synchro. So we play 3 of that. This is one of White Aura Porpoise. It is also in Phantom Nightmare. It's pretty good. It gets you back to your engine and your grind. That's why we only play 1 of it. I'm not playing the rest of the White Aura package because in a deck of a bunch of 2-card combos, it's just more 2-card combos, but even more specific, right? It's not aloof plus any Ghoti name. You need to see Sardine or the continuous spell plus the other one. It doesn't work with your other starters. For level 8s, we have the 2 Azcan, the 1 Whale, and the 1 Dragite. So these, obviously, you could summon off your Ghoti synchros. And Azcan is just really, really good for both Interruption and OTK on the next turn, because it's constantly this 2800 body that you get back every turn. Whale is a little bit more fringe, but it's still a good interruption to have. And Dragite you can make on your turn when you're cracking into a board to just have that spell Trap Negate and bounce sometimes with Nibiru. For level 10s, we play 2 Ghoti of the Deep Beyond. Obviously, it's really good. 1 Barone and 1 Chengyu. So Barone is similar to Dragite in that you can make it on the crackback when it comes back to your turn. You have a bunch of tuners that come back. And it gives you an interrupt there. Chengying is there as removal to bigger threats. Maybe your opponent makes a Dragoon or something like that. And so you just have a Chengying to out it. And then 2 Deep Beyond because, sometimes you can make 2 and just really control the game. And then finally, we play 2 SP Little Knights and 1 Abyss Keeper. So SP Little Knight and Abyss Keeper are actually both really good in this deck. Oftentimes, SP Little Knight, you will just have a synchro lying around if it's not game. And you can make it, get SP's effect to banish something, and then also have an extra layer of interrupt. My favorite thing with SP though is if you have the level 6, the new level 6 on the board, on your opponent's turn, you can SP tag it out and then trigger its effect to summon itself back and get you back into your engine. Abyss Keeper is removal that's within the deck that's fish specific, and it comes up semi-often. It used to be the out to like Baguska and things like that. It's kind of fringe, but it comes up every now and then.